Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2021 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the band Accept, entitled Too Mean to Die, which was released today through Nuclear Blast Records. Now, everybody should probably know or at least heard of Accept, just a straight up heavy metal band from Germany. They've been around since the late 70s, early 80s. And they've pretty much been one of my favorites. They've been putting about classic albums such as like Balls to the Wall, Metal Heart, Restless and Wild, and stuff. And they had like a lot of like different lineup changes, including like their original vocalist like Udo Dirkschneider had left after they left reunite left the band, like split up about this first or second time. They split up like twice actually, but then it wasn't until about some probably like 2006 or 7 or so where they officially like got back together for good. And then they got their current vocalist, Mark Termillo, who's actually from the States. He's from I believe from New Jersey, and I actually think he's better than Udo when I compare it to the two. I just think he's more superior, but that's besides the point. And then they just been putting out classic albums or more consistent albums since Blood the Nations in 2009. And this album is the band's 16th album. This is the follow-up to their previous album, which came out in 2017, called The Rise of Chaos, which I thought was a really good album. And honestly, I feel like Accept are one of those bands, like I mentioned before in like other reviews, that I would say that their new material is better from older material, especially from a band that's been around as long as they have, and their last few albums have been really damn heavy. And I just think Accept can do no wrong. But then again, they just can't even speak today. I'm sorry. They just, for me, never made a bad album. I just thought, production-wise, it's fantastic. Produced by one of the best metal producers, Andy Sneap, who also plays guitar in Judas Priest now, and he's a great guitarist. And this also has a little bit of a lineup change. They have a new bass player after a longtime bassist, or an original bassist, Peter Baltz, left back in 2019. And now it's only Wolf Hoffman's like their only original member left. And then they have added a new member, Philip Schaus, and then they are their first album with a 6-piece. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. Like vocally, Mark Termillo just sounds great as ever. I just love how his grit and just grittiness vocals, and then there's just sound. And the guitar wise, I mean, I really don't know why Accept now needs 3 guitar players. I just think that's a little bit unnecessary. I mean, they're no Iron Maiden, but I think Wolf Hoffman's like, he could shred nobody's business. He has some great guitar playing. Same thing with Uwe Lewis, and Philip Schaus' guitar playing is great. And Mark Motnick's bass, you could definitely hear it's pretty well in the mix. And drumming wise, Christopher Williams is a pretty solid drummer. He pretty much holds down the beat. So yeah, I pretty much rambled on for about 3 minutes. So let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is the song Zombie Apocalypse, which begins sort of like a sluggish intro, and it just pretty much shows a return to like the speed just in your face, but yet it's still very melodic, and I feel like it's a strong way to open up this album. And then we go into the title track of the album, Too Mean to Die, which starts off with just non-stop riffs and a really great solo at the beginning of the song. It's just straightforward, and this song makes you feel like you're like riding on a motorcycle on a highway, just being a badass. Moving on to Overnight Sensation, and this song pretty much has the classic sort of like going back and forth like mid-tempo Accept rhythm, and I really love Mark Termillo's those like pretty much lyrically like gripping like internet culture, like with lyrics such as like, I want to be famous for nothing, just like a Kardashian, tell the world my whole life story even though I don't have one. And then it has a great chorus like saying, I get smile and frowns, ups and downs each and every afternoon. I get hearts and tears, vows and cheers. I never even leave my room. I need instant gratification. I'm an overnight sensation. I think it's a pretty funny song, but yeah, but the truth hurts. But overall, Overnight Sensation, pretty interesting song. Then we go into No One's Master. Now, this song has some insane guitar work, and it's just a great, insane song. Pretty much shows off what Mark Wolf and the boys can do. And then we go on to the next song, probably my favorite song on the album, and probably the highlight of here is The Undertaker, which starts off really slow and clean for about almost a minute, and then just a sick bass line comes in, and Mark just sings pretty solid, and then clean with a little bit of like grit to it. It has a very kind of like anthemic feel to the song, and I feel like this song could have been like an entrance theme to, of course, now retired wrestler The Undertaker, or I think it could be like his own theme song. It's a great song. And then we move on to Sex to Be You, which this song, it's kind of simple, repetitive, infectious, and I could see this song pretty much going well in the live setting with a pretty much singing along to. And then we move on to Symphony of Pain. Now this song is just pretty rockin' song. I dig it. The Best Is Yet to Come. Now this song is pretty much a ballad, and which much shows pretty much Mark Tonello at his best. And I pretty much know that Mark can scream like no other, but it pretty much shows that he can also sing really great. And then we go on to the next song on the album, which is called How Do We Sleep. Now, musically, I think it's a pretty decent anthem, kind of similar to like The Undertaker a little bit, but it also has a similar kind of like woeing, kind of like backing chorus. And then we move on to next song on the album, which is called Not My Problem. Now, this song pretty much sounds good, but I don't know. It's a pretty much okay song. And then we go with Samson and Delilah, which is the last song on the album, and it's a pretty interesting way that they would close with an instrumental. And it pretty much shows that Wolf Hartman can show off really well. And it also has a little bit of like a Middle Eastern kind of like inspired like classical piece to it, the song overall. Now, overall, Too Mean to Die by Accept is another great offering from this band. I really dig what these guys have done. So I'm going to give this album a score. I'm going to give Too Mean to Die by Accept a 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the new Accept album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.